Hello, hello again. It's Lori Alvarez, and we're live over at 1303 13th Street in Upland, California. We have today Danielle Keller.
Hi, everybody.
She is the home stager who just put all the beautiful finishing touches on this home. You have got to come out and see it. So we want to talk a little bit about the importance of home staging.
Yes.
Why would a seller want to do such a thing?
People are visual. People want to see what it's going to look like if it's complete. Yeah. People love looking at beautiful things. Yeah. If you are the seller, you will tend to get more for your property if you home stage. Yes. Because most people are visual. They want to get an idea of what their property could potentially look like. Yes. When you walk into a space that's completed, they have a better idea of what they could do with their furniture. Whereas if it's just a blank space, they're not going to know, where should I put my sofa? Or where's the TV going to go? That's the big thing. Yeah. Where's the TV going to go?
Yeah, I would say that's one of the things that I see as the realtor out there showing homes to families is they don't have a vision.
Yes.
And especially a lot of buyers, they'll come in and see a beautifully decorated home like this.
Right.
And they'll be like, can I just buy it with the furniture?
And you can.
Oh, there you go, guys.
Yes. Our company at Majestic Home Staging, we do sell everything that is furnished in the home staging, the homes that we home stage. So if you are looking at possibly purchasing anything, it's open for negotiation. So.
That's good. That's good information. I didn't realize that. That's fantastic information.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's the most interesting thing. You know that gray is super, super popular right now. Everyone loves that slate gray, that kind of really millennial, I guess, really cool, hip look.
Yep.
And yet, you know, I was out at a home yesterday showing it, to be specific. And when I was looking at this home, we walked in and it was just done to the T in that gray, and there was nothing in it.
Oh,
so my clients immediately said, no, it feels sterile, it feels cold, it feels hard. Why is that?
Right. Okay, so gray, everybody needs to know this. Gray is considered a neutral color. Okay. So on the color wheel, you can actually match gray with a lot of different colors. So it's actually supposed to be an accent color because you could do two ways with the gray. You could do monochromatic, which is everything gray, which is like that restoration hardware look, which some people really like. But most of the times what I would recommend is doing gray as an accent color. So if you're going to do gray walls, then you need to add some color. Pops of color are huge, especially with taking the photos. It makes a huge difference. So in other words, we could have done the same palette with gray walls as well. Popping the blue, the navies, the royals, the light blues, and some whites. It pulls it all together. So to answer your question, though, again, with the gray, I would use it as an accent color.
Sure.
So it sounds like the house that you sent him to, maybe they just didn't have any pops of color.
Nothing.
It was just boring.
Yeah,
like you said,
it was just sterile. There was no furniture. There was no vision.
Yes.
I mean, again, buyers just sometimes they don't have that vision. Not all of them.
Right.
Some of them can walk in and be like, I'm going to knock this wall out, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to put this here.
Right.
And a lot of them don't have that.
Yes.
And so I've just found that staging makes the difference.
It really does. It really, really does. I think it just gives people a huge opportunity to see what the potential of the home could look like if it is staged. Because like I said, so many people are visual. So the chances of them going into a property that's staged and looks really up to date and hip, they will tend to buy a home that's staged versus a home that's just vacant. Yeah. It's changed. HGTV has changed the world.
That is true.
Because all those TV shows, they stage those homes and they just make it look gorgeous.
Yes.
Yeah. So people are drawn to that.
Yeah, it is true. Yeah, they say pretty people sell more things. I'm just going to say it's the truth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's the reality of what is happening in the world. We are very, very visual.
We are.
You know, and pretty is in the eye of the beholder.
Everybody loves, who doesn't love beautiful things?
I'm just saying.
You know?
I mean, look at this.
Look at how beautiful it turned out. It really did.
Now, you staged this home. What was your favorite space in this home that you staged?
Well, I love the living room, the way it turned out. You know, it's a long and narrow room, so we had to be really specific how we wanted to put our design because of the beautiful windows that are placed here. This covers almost all of the wall, But then on this side is the fireplace. So it was a little, a bit more of a challenging design for me, which is fun. I'm always in for a challenge. But I would have to say, I think my favorite room is actually the dining room, which is if you want to follow me into the dining room, watch your step. I love the way this room turned out. It's just so beautiful. Everything's so calming. That's the other thing that's so beautiful about this palette. Everything's neutral with just a little pop of color. Again, it's all about just accenting in a light, pretty color. So I've got little lemon trees in the corners of this home, and then I love the way that the table turned out. I think this table actually fits this space beautifully.
Yeah, it is
And
beautiful.
this home has ample seating, so wherever you want to be, there's enough seating to have a huge party or just to have a sweet little family of 5 or 6 people in here too. So
It is. I mean,
yeah,
and
the
you
kitchen's
added-
open.
Yeah, you added this little touch right here
Yes.
for the dining
Extra
area.
seating.
For the, yeah,
Yes.
fantastic.
Yes, so this whole open concept, I love the kitchen and dining together. Mom can be cooking or dad can be chopping vegetables. The kids can be sitting here doing their homework. You're all together in the same space. But then you can also see into the living room, which is great.
Yeah.
Really neat.
That truly was the seller's idea when they opened this up as well, because initially this home was not built to that construction.
Right.
It had that dividing wall, and now we have a more open space with this fireplace that allows for you to
Yeah, I love
just
that.
light up on both sides.
That's amazing.
You know, people don't use fireplaces that much, and yet
Yeah.
it's a beautiful little
is.
touch of
it is.
just a glow.
It is. It's beautiful. I love it.
So here's my other big question for you. You know those big luxury homes? Now this one is a luxurious home as well.
It is.
But you know those big, beautiful $1 million homes that have all been done by the interior designer?
Right.
You know, and you go into those and you go, gosh, you need to stage it or at least meet with the stager.
Right.
And maybe they're not receptive to that. Why is it really important that they still meet with the stager?
Well, I think what's most important is, you know, so many of these beautiful, luxurious homes are beautifully designed by these designers. However, you do need to depersonalize them, taking down family photos. A lot of these really nice homes have beautiful paintings and family portraits and things like that. So I think it's sometimes almost a little stuffy, and I think sometimes we just have to tone it down a little bit.
Sure.
What tends to happen too a lot of times is it's very personalized with their specific style, because they had the money to be able to do high end, and sometimes people don't want that look. They want more comfortable, the grays, the light whites, the Swiss coffees. And so I think it's important to stage, because sometimes, well, everybody loves their home. Everybody thinks their home is beautiful, which it is to them. But I think it's important sometimes to just kind of take it down a little bit, and maybe sometimes put their pride aside and just let the stager come in and accent and things that maybe they didn't think about.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that. When it comes to the big homes, you know, the big $1 million homes that have been done, they're just luxury. They're beautiful luxury properties, which are sitting on the market a lot longer these days right
absolutely.
now.
They are. You're right.
And I'm going to even tell you, even the smaller homes too, a lot of them are nervous about staging as well, because they don't understand what it is or what it costs or all of those elements. No one wants to hear how their home needs to be changed.
I know.
You just don't want to hear that. That's one of the toughest jobs as a realtor, is giving the feedback when the buyers come through and look at the properties.
Right.
You know, and I must say that what a stager does, and I have found, and that is why with every time that you list a property with Lori Alvarez and team, you are offered a free staging consultation with us, which isn't free. It does cost me money to have a stager such as Danielle come out and meet with you, because we value your time and we appreciate all of your energy that you come out, you prepare, you help them.
Yeah.
That's very important.
It is.
And so one of the things that I have noticed is you really need to, as you said, depersonalize the space. You really need to make sure that the space doesn't say, it's all about me.
Right.
Because I really want it to be all about me.
Yeah.
You want it to be about the buyer now.
Exactly.
You want them to be able to walk in and them not see the cuckoo clock wall.
Right.
Them see their family in the house.
Exactly. Exactly. And I think as an agent for staging, you have complete buy-in or you don't. You're either totally pro staging or you're not. And you as an agent, you as the real estate agents out there, you are our advocates.
Yes.
You are the ones that have to sell staging for your client, because I think it really does make a difference, and you tend to sell it for a little bit more, if not thousands more. I had a home in Monrovia that actually sold for $50,000 more because it was staged. So it really does help. It really does. Yeah.
You know, and in the market, as we're transitioning into what's considered a normal market now, homes aren't selling tomorrow. They're not selling in 30 seconds. It's not 5 to 10 offers here locally to California. You know, now it's spending a few days on market. It's got to appeal to the buyers, because our inventory is, I'm going to say our inventory is stacking up.
Is it?
It really is.
Yeah.
And so you need to, what I always tell my sellers is, if you want $1 million, you want to look like top dollar, you want top dollar, you got to look top dollar. That's just all there is to it.
You got to set yourself apart and stage it.
Yeah, it really does make the difference. Now, what would you say? Like, I've heard sellers say, oh, I can do it all by myself.
Well, here's the thing. It's kind of a two-pronged question. Some homes that we do sell, that we help sell and staging it, they are partially already staged, whereas they have their furniture there and we just kind of add to it. So we put lipstick on it. But then there's some homes that, you know, the seller wants to help with staging it. I would say let's not do that, because this is where the professionalism comes in. You know, each home's a little different, and I, as a professional stager, feel like that's what part of the consultation's for. I come into a home, I get the feeling of what color scheme I want to do, and I want to make the design consistent throughout. Whereas maybe someone that's, you know, the homeowner, they want to try to save money. I don't think it ends up really saving them money. I think it ends up costing them more, because then they spend all this money, and then if they can't use it at their next property, then they're out a couple $1,000s with product and all of these pieces. So I would tend to say, you know, you're probably better off just paying the stager to do it. And here's the other thing too. We don't have to stage every room. You know, sometimes I'll just stage the 2 rooms that are the first couple of rooms you walk into. You want to have that wow factor. So when you first walk in, usually it would be this room and then that room. So every home's a little different, but I would say at least stage, you know, the formal living room, master, and then the family room, and then just accessorize maybe the kitchen and the bathrooms. Yeah, and so with that said, I mean, every stager has their own fees, right? It's an independent company, independent contracting company. You can all set your own fees. Like, could you give people like a general idea of what that, because that's the one thing that my clients ask. I will be completely transparent with everybody. It ranges anywhere from $400 to $800 a room. For a fully staged home, again, it just depends on how many rooms, but you can figure anywhere from $400 to $800 a room. Kitchens and bathrooms, sometimes I'll give you a little freebie here and there. But I would say anywhere from $400 to $800. No more than $800 a room. That's good, because that helps for a seller who's thinking about the budget and how much that costs. And like I said, if it's a partially staged room, so they have a dining room set, they don't have it fully accessorized, obviously that would be a lot less than staging a full vacant room. That would be a lot more. So it just depends on the room. I've just got to tell you, one of the things that I tell all my clients is, again, you know, it makes the difference when you allow someone to come in and just put their professional touch on it. One, you know what's selling because you're watching that. You're aware of it. And you're gauging what's happening so that you can reuse those products again. You know? What is a really important question that you would say when interviewing a stager would be the one question that every seller or agent should ask? Well, how long do I get to have my house staged for? And how much, obviously, which we just talked about. So with Majestic Home Staging, you can count on us giving you a 60-day contract
Okay.
And what that essentially gives you is you're renting everything for 60 days. Okay. We ask for half up front and then the other half at the end of escrow or when the home closes.
Sure.
But I would say that would be probably the most important question. And then sometimes either the agent or the seller wants to know what colors are you going to do.
Yes.
So I would say, again, after a consultation, I could give you a color scheme of what you're going to do. But I have to tell you, most times people are like, whatever you think looks best.
Yes.
We trust you. Just make it look great and make it shine so we can get this thing sold.
It is truly the truth is
Yeah.
when you have a seller who is willing to meet with a professional such as Danielle,
Yeah.
what they do is they just say, come in and make it happen.
Right.
Get my home
Yeah.
sold for the
Yes.
most amount of money. So
Yep.
it's a win-win for everyone. And it's done the way it needs to be.
Yes.
So Danielle, where can they find you?
You can find me on social media for sure. I'm at Facebook at Majestic Decor Home Staging and Style. I also have a Instagram at Majestic Home Staging. And then my phone number and information are both on those social media websites.
It
Okay.
looks like we have visitors for
Oh,
our
perfect
open
timing.
house, which
All
is
right.
perfect.
Okay.
I'm Lori
All
Alvarez.
right.
I really appreciate you tuning in today. If you have any questions, comment down below, share, tell us about them. We would love to help you. Share this forward. We are here to help. We love getting homes sold and helping families get the most that they can. Again, check us out at lorialvarez.net. Comment down below, share it forward, or just call me at 909-227-4196. Thanks so much for tuning in.